back again with another very exciting webinar that is lined up just for you. But, friends, before diving into the topic, let me read out this very important disclaimer. And that is by watching our videos, you agree and understand that the information shared by us is obviously a casual exchange of ideas, and it's our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. And once again, friends, welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. You're watching Daily Immigration Dose that is streaming live at 4 p.m. EST. Make sure that we are live on YouTube, available on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. And talking about today's topic is another very interesting, very important, and very, very timely. That is, can CBP search your phone and deny entry? Know your rights at US airports. So, of course, there's a lot to discuss, a very important topic, lots of opinions, lots of perspectives will definitely be there. And, we would also love to have your opinion. What do you think about this topic? And of course, we will dive into different perspective as well. Why do CBP officers has decided to take this step, and how is it going to impact people, and also what are the rights of immigrants at US airport? So stay tuned and make sure to watch this webinar till the end. Also, you can participate in this show by dialing this number, that is 425-436-6335. And don't forget to put the access code, that is 988888. And also, to help me out and make this conversation more lively and more informative, hi Napasa, once again, welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. And it's lovely to have you again.
Thank you so much, Sam. It's always lovely to be on Daily Immigration Dose with you. We discuss about different topics every day. So today as well, I'm excited and I'm looking forward. Though it's not a very exciting thing to talk about, it's kind of a serious matter. And, with so many things happening, I think today as well, we should know because many of us, we love to travel. And right now, it's a lot of people, especially the attorneys, are advising not to travel. So we will speak about many things like that also. And if you travel, what can you expect at the airports and how can you possibly respond to them is what we're going to discuss today. So be with us. And of course, as usual, we are going to start off with a couple of news updates. So, Sam, why don't you go first?
Sure, why not? So, my today's news is also a bit related with our today's topic, only friends. And that is about US immigration attorneys issue travel risk warning for Indian H1B, F1 visa, and green card holders. So, right now, immigration attorneys are also saying that it's a bit risky for the H1B visa holders, for F1, and also for those who have green card. So, let's see what the news is all about. In light of the growing uncertainty surrounding US immigration laws, legal experts are advising visa holders, including H1B employees, students from other countries, especially the F1, and even green card holders, to cautiously think about traveling overseas. So this shows that even if you have legal status, even you have a right visa, but still there are some risks, there are some difficulties, for your living in the US. And the warning coincides with the Trump administration's plan to limit travel for people of 43 nations, including Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Bhutan. And while India is not on any planned travel ban list, and that's good news, but attorneys still claim that travelers are nonetheless subject to more stringent security inspections. So, of course, India is not in a list of travel ban, but still, there are certain consequences, or there are some important updates that you should know about. And lawyers for immigration caution that travelers departing the United States for employment related trips or visa renewals may encounter unforeseen administrative challenges. At US consulates in other countries, there are reportedly considerable delays and a rising backlog in visa stamping. So right now also we can see that there's a delay in getting visas approved, and also in backlog is also rising, and a lot of applications are getting stuck in administrative review for unclear reasons, and this is causing processing timeframes to be extended. And legal professionals right now are advising holders of H1B and F1 visa in particular to carefully consider their travel arrangements before departing the US. And more advisable, of course, it is that not to travel here and there and to stay wherever you are right now. The United States state government recently revised its standards for visa interview waivers or Dropbox applications, and that what we have already shared in our channel, where earlier it used to be for years and now it's just for 12 months. So earlier, as I mentioned, it was about 48 months and now it's 12 months. So yeah, this policy change is definitely going to impact those who are switching from an F1 student to H1B work visa, and also those who are attempting for an H1B extension if their previous visa expired more than a year ago. And right now, friends, a lot of things are happening, and this was the news from my end. And Napasa, please go ahead and share the other news as well with our viewers.
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you so much for that very important news update. And friends, mine also is somewhat similar because US green card, H1B, and visa holders should be thinking twice before traveling abroad. And, over the past few years, US immigration rules have really tightened. And not just years, even these past few months have been crazy because we have new updates every day, and immigration attorneys are really urging caution now, especially for Indian green card holders and visa workers. That if you're thinking that you have a valid visa and you should be fine, it's something not a thought anymore, because even recently our Vice President JD Vance said that a green card does not give an individual an indefinite right to stay in the United States. And yes, it has actually left a lot of people confused and anxious. And many green card holders now are wondering, could they actually lose their permanent residency if they travel? And H1B and F1 visa holders, they are facing an even tougher road ahead. So at the US airports, what's happening is, if they're flying back to the United States, they can expect, all of us can expect intense scrutiny. And reports are also coming in about extended questioning at ports of entry and extra document verification, a spike in secondary inspections, when CBP pulls you aside for more screening. And the worst part is that people are getting stuck in limbo. So visa applications are being delayed for months, sometimes with no explanation, even. And that means that if you're outside the US and waiting for the visa stamping, you might be waiting a little longer than you expected. So, there are people who are at risk, especially if they have stayed outside the US for more than 6 months, and if they have recently changed visa status and have an expired visa and need to get it stamped or renewed, and they don't have the proper paperwork for re-entry. So yes, high risk category are these four categories. And in extreme cases, some travelers are even facing visa denials or green card revocation. So imagine you're just flying out of the US for a short trip, and when you are coming back, you find out that you are not allowed to enter. So definitely, you must travel. If you must travel, if you cannot avoid the travel, what attorneys recommend is that you should be carrying a valid passport and an unexpired green card, or your H1B or your F1 visa, and having employment verification letters ready, keeping proof of tax payments handy. And F1 students, you need to make sure that you have a university letter confirming your enrollment. So, green card holders, if you have been out of the US for long periods, then you should get a valid re-entry permit. And of course, all of us, all of you all who are re-entering the US or are entering the US on a tourist visa, everybody will have to be mentally prepared, for longer questioning when you land also. So yes, immigration officers are digging deep into people's travel histories now, and all we need to do is not get caught off guard. So yes, friends, you can also share what you think about all these strict scrutiny, and what is happening so fast. Many immigrants are now second guessing their travel plans. If you are also in a confused state of whether you should travel or not, I think you should just not. But yeah, depends what are your why do you need to travel so badly. So that was a news update from my end as well, and I really hope that people out there are safe and making right decisions. So Sam, and I
Yeah.
think we should discuss about our topic of discussion for today. You know, can CBP search your phone and deny entry? Know your rights at US airports.
Yeah.
um, this is one of the latest things that we have been hearing from our attorneys in discussions as well, that they can go through your phone, they can ask people to uh, go through their phone. So I don't know how much possible is that, but I don't think they would be allowed to ask for passwords or anything like that.
Well, we can't say anything right now because obviously it is allowed as what is mentioned in the news right now. And that's why, everybody is so scared. They are so worried. And we never thought that, of course, this is going to happen because obviously, whenever we go on any airport, of course, our laptops and our mobile phones go with those x-ray thing. And obviously, there's a check thing,
Yeah.
but personally they are going to ask for the passwords and they are going to unlock the phone. They are going, I mean, they can go with the chats, they can have a look on photos. So this is quite like, of course people won't like it and nobody wants to show their photos or their chats to anyone, whether they are criminal or not. But the people who are just traveling for the sake of meeting their family members and anything with that sort of thing, I mean, nobody will like this. And that's why it's making a lot of controversy over there. And people are completely against with this rule. And but Trump's administration is in favor of this, and they are trying to you know s- uh, make the whole system more strict in terms of immigration and everything. And that is why I think government has started this stricter checks at airports and borders, especially for people who are traveling to the US. And
Yes.
this means, friends, that if you have all the correct documents and you have the visa status also, but still, you might still be stopped, you can be questioned, or even if you have your phone or laptop, then that can be checked or
Mhm.
searched. And this is making people worried a lot because it feels like an invasion of privacy. And many travelers and immigrants are scared that custom officers might go through their private messages, photos, or other personal data that, of course, they don't want to reveal it. And if, Napasa, the big thing is that if somebody tries to refuse or somebody doesn't cooperate with the officers, then it could cause them like delays in their process or even stop them from entering the country. So there are repercussions, there are consequences if they are not going to cooperate with the officers.
Yep.
So, friends, make sure to watch this webinar till the end because in this webinar, we are going to discuss what are your rights and how you can actually overcome with these rules, and you can make your uh, process little smoother. Of course, it's not a very easy or everything won't go in a very simple way, but of course, you can still find out some way. You can still, know more and more knowledge and have more and more information so that at least you can have a better situation than others. So, Napasa, I think anything that you would like to add on the situation or the scenario that's going on?
I can only say that, for many first time travelers, especially, the airport immigration process can really be intimidating. So I just say be prepared, even the idea of being questioned or searched or possibly, I don't know, even turned away at the last minute. Imagine that feeling, that you're almost entering the US, but then you're not allowed to. I mean, imagine a situation like that and all this unnecessary anxiety. You know, I don't know if it's unnecessary, but this is happening. People are really anxious out there, and how much rights do everyone have? These travelers have, especially who are going to re-enter or even entering the first time. So yeah, a lot to discuss today, and I'm already looking forward. But I'll quickly say hi to Varun Arya. Hi, Varun. Thank you so much. If you could do join us, We are, live right now, and you can call us in this number 425 436 6335, and the access code is 988 888. So yeah, coming back, Sam, to what we are discussing, and the really right now, the right to decline device searches. This is one thing everybody's so concerned about, their phones being searched, because we are, everything is in it, right? From photo, everything that we talk, every person we talk to, images, of course. And nowadays everybody is in the habit of social media, of course. And the taking pictures and putting a story is another thing. So it's so easy to keep track of what you have been doing, right? It's like you're documenting, and it's become like a part of you subconsciously that you're doing it, and it's just so easy. So I know nobody likes to search all that, but this is what is happening. So there have been reports that travelers are being asked to unlock their phones or laptops, at the US border, and CBP officers have the right to inspect electronic devices. But travelers should also know that they are not legally required to unlock their phones or provide passwords. So if you refuse, officers may temporarily just seize the device for further inspection, but this does not automatically mean that you will be denied entry. So,
Yeah.
of course, we will all try not to complicate things too much, especially with the officers. So, I mean, there are concerns, and legitimate ones, that it's mostly about privacy that everybody's concerned about. And when it comes to device searches, I think CBP officers may be looking for evidence, that a visitor intends to work illegally or overstay their visa or engage in prohibited activities also.
Yeah.
So, because of this, some travelers prefer to take extra precautions, such as using a separate phone for travel or even limiting the amount of personal data stored in their devices. This is what is happening. And yeah, travelers should definitely know, if they're asked to unlock their devices, what is going to happen and what is there in the phone, only So, you would know what they wouldn't want to find, for sure.
That's I think, of course, this will happen, and most importantly, I think the luggages will also be there to check, and the belongings whatsoever the travelers carry, everything will be inspected in a very serious way. So till now, also we have been going with two or three process of check-ins whenever we go to airports. But now I think there will be a random check-in, or there will be random questioning regarding where are your documents, or where is your passport, or show me your phone. So I think we don't know exactly how this is going to be, whether this is going to be in a very systematic way, or this is going to be a random check-in. Because if it's going to be a random one, then of course this shows that nobody is going to follow this, and nobody is going to like it. And the security check-ins will also be there, and that's how I think Napasa you explained. And next, also, I would like to talk about like what happens if you are held for questioning, because most of our viewers are having this notion that, of course, they are definitely going to be asked questions. So, friends, if you are detained by immigration officers at the border or airport, then you have certain rights depending on your immigration status. And that is, of course, that right to contact a lawyer. So, if you are being questioned or anything is happening, then you can directly just put up your right to contact your lawyer, to your attorney, whomsoever you are connected. And if you are a visa holder, a permanent resident, or an immigrant, then of course you have the right to contact a lawyer. And it is highly recommended to carry your lawyer's contact information or have emergency contact who can assist you in such situation, because most of the time we are being very carefree about these things. We don't keep these contacts in our top list, and we just randomly go with the travel things and just keep these things in our mind that we are going to have lots of pictures, we are going to visit these places. But friends, it's high time you have to get in touch with your attorney all the time. You have to take each step with their consultation, and also be in touch with them. And of course, one thing is for sure that you also have to make sure that you cooperate with the officers. If you are at the border or if you're at the airport, doesn't matter. You have to cooperate with them, and it's very important to cooperate with the directions of the officers. But you should also remain calm and also try to ask to speak to a lawyer if needed. And detention doesn't automatically mean that you are in trouble, but of course, it's essential to know your rights to avoid any misunderstanding. So this was from my end, and Napasa, I think we can see few viewers have commented.
Yeah.
Vishwanath here. Okay, Vishwanathan has a lot to say. Sachin is here, and Varun, Varun we already took. So I think Napasa, should we go ahead with our information, or should we take our viewers' comment?
Sure. I mean, we can take a couple of comments first, and then, of course, Varun's I was saying, and Varun is like, I'm planning to come there in May. Very, very nice, Varun. I really hope that you are going to enjoy America. So do come and let us know when you're here. So where are you from otherwise, and do you have a valid visa? Or are
That's
you just going to be traveling? Yeah, Varun, we would like to know that. And Sachin, would you like to take Sachin's comments?
sure. Okay, so Sachin is saying that entering the US as a traveler has become increasingly uncertain due to enhanced vetting measures. USA border officials now have more authority to use aggressive tactics at airports and other ports of entry. This has led to alarming cases of legal immigrants and tourists being denied entry and detained by ICE. Recent incidents include a French scientist who was detained entering allegedly due to criticizing Trump's science policies on his phone. Okay, the Department of Homeland Security claims the denial was because his device contained confidential information from Los Alamos National Laboratory. Okay, I think Sachin, thank you so much, first of all, for this information. And this is really important for our viewers to know about. And, if we talk about the whole situation that's happening, it's really tough. It's really, people are so anxious right now, they are worried. And if the scientist, as you mentioned, has been detained according to this, then I think this is not just the first case. We have been through so many cases where we have seen that there are some immigrants who, just yesterday we had a show regarding Venezuelan immigrants also, where there wasn't any criminal background, but still they have been you know uh, put up in a prison of El Salvador. So, of course, these things are happening, and it's really shocking. It's quite depressing and, of course, disheartening as well, because those who are innocent, they are also facing the same consequences. So, Sachin, thank you so much, and make sure that you keep on commenting and keep on putting these very informative information to our session. And I think Napasa, let's move ahead and take Vishwanathan's comment.
Hi, Kay. Nice to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us. I know he's one of our very frequent viewers, so very nice to see you. Can I live in different state than in petition due to change in circumstances? Okay, and love your work, both sisters to attorney navigators to USA immigrant heads around. H1, okay. In Dallas, a ready place to relocate with family for around 90K salary. Thanks for answering the rest, ladies. Okay, thank you, Kay. But I'm not very sure. I think we have taken this question from you in one of Chan's episodes, if I'm not mistaken. And if you remember, I think it's going to be the same. But anywho, Chand is also going to join us again, or tomorrow as well. We are. Do we have any? We do have some more lined up webinars with different attorneys. You should check us out and join us. And we have another lined up for Friday also at 12 noon Eastern time with attorney Prashanthi Reddy. So yeah, do join us, Kay, and thank you so much for your kind comments. We truly appreciate you and your support as well. So keep commenting and keep joining us. Someday, do also join us on call. And folks out there, you can join us on call. Any one of you, just call us on this number 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. So thank you. Then let's go ahead with the next comment.
I think Napasa, we missed this comment of Vishwanathan, and he
Okay.
said, "Yeah, please go ahead."
No, okay. Hey ladies, I got my L1 approved a day back thanks to your question and answers too that helped me other than gain or rather gain confidence. That's really nice, Kay, and congratulations. I did answer about nine questions to VC, but none routed to my dependents. Okay. That's very, I think that's good news, right? Okay, so congratulations. Your L1 got approved, and yeah, I think good times ahead for you.
And thank you so much, Vishwanathan, for this comment. I think these comments are really motivating, and is really good. And keep watching Immigration Talk Show. That's all we can see. And also, one day try to connect with us on call, because mostly we get your comment, but we never get a chance to hear your voice. So please dial this number and go ahead with our conversation. And okay, let me take Dipti's comment now. And Dipti is saying any electronic device you own, including phones, laptops, and tablets, can be checked at the border. Sometimes this means that custom officers will look at your device as is, but it can also involve trying to download its data, said Pietro Molnar, lawyer and author of The World's Have Eyes. I think, wow, this is really a great thing. And, in the past, till now, we have been discussing about whether they'll have a look on our data, but we don't know whether they can also download it. And of course, the technology is very advanced right now. We don't
Yeah.
even know, and maybe we didn't even realize, when our personal data can be shared here and there. So thank you, Dipti, for letting us know. It was really a very eye-opening comment, and I hope our viewers are getting to know about this as well. And they'll become more cautious and they'll become more aware regarding these things. So yeah, I think we have taken a lot of comments, and Vishwanathan is also saying thanks, guys. Good night. Thank you so much, Vishwanathan,
Thank
Dipti,
you.
and Varun also for your lovely comments. Sachin also. And I think now let's get back to our rights that we are talking right now. So
Yeah.
Napasa, please let us know more about what rights can our viewers know about, regarding when CBP search their phones and deny their entry.
So, if we just do like a sort of a short recap, also, uh, CBP officers have the broad authority, but there are limits to their questioning. And then travelers do not have to unlock their phones or provide passwords. Entry is not guaranteed, even with a valid visa. So, preparation is key. I think we just have to be prepared, because until and unless they feel like, yes, you're not going to overstay and you're not there searching for any kind of job, then they're going to feel a little more safe to allow you to enter. So and also another thing that I want to add is never sign anything. The danger of signing forms without understanding them is going to be very, very dangerous. So travelers, who are denied entry are sort of given a form to sign stating that they are voluntarily withdrawing. So their request for admission into the US, many sign these forms without fully understanding the consequences. So signing this form can actually lead to future travel bans or even difficulties in obtaining visas. So if at all a CBP officer, presents you with a document and pressures you to sign it, you should just ask a copy of the document to review and request an interpreter, if you don't understand the language. it's very, very important to understand what the document says right before you even decide to sign.
Right.
So after that, say that you want to consult a lawyer or contact your consulate before signing. Okay. And yes, there are real cases that people are, pressured to sign these forms, and it's actually going to cause you long-term travel bans. Just be careful and just be ready. Whatever I mean, these forms say, read properly, read very thoroughly. If you do not understand, get an interpreter. And it's always best to get an interpreter, because these are legal languages and sometimes you may not clearly understand.
Mhm. That's right. Okay, so I think I should also go with another right, and this is another also very important one, and that is about searches of belongings and devices. So till now we obviously went through about the devices, the phones and the laptops, but also friends, if officers can look through your bags, then check for any prohibited items and even go through your electronic devices, then they cannot check or search you or your belongings based on discrimination, meaning they can't search you just because of your race, religion, gender, or national origin. So, in case during border, I mean during your investigation or anything, if you find out that your belongings or anything is being checked or being searched because of your race, religion, gender, or national origin, then I think then and there you can raise a question. You can put up your voice over there, and you can deny at that time because that is your right, and this is not the right thing. So I think yeah, this is also very important. And with that also, I would say that friends, there is another right for permanent residence also, and that is immigration officers cannot simply take away your green card or permanent resident status without going through the proper legal process. So in case if you have your green card, then of course you have some advantages. There are some challenges, but still the process will be little easier for you all, because the immigration officers cannot take away your green card or permanent residence status without going through a proper legal process. And this means that they can't revoke your status on the spot. So, if they believe that there's a reason to challenge your status, then they must provide a hearing in front of an immigration judge where you can also defend your case. So, at least you have a chance, you have a opportunity to defend your case, and you can directly go with the right status or your status, what you had. And also, green card holders have the right to return to the US after traveling abroad, but you still need to follow all the usual immigration processes that how happens everything, and including possible searches and questioning at the border as well. So, Napasa, I think this was the another pointer from my end, and I think our viewers are getting to know more about the rights, that's happening. And of course, it's a very important, and I would say it's a very shocking topic, because nobody thought that this is going to happen. Till now, we have got a lot of eye-opening news, but this is one of them, and it's really, really shocking. What do you think about this?
Yes, it's so true. And what to say, Sam, but this is happening. And I think it's always best to be prepared, especially mentally prepared, to know what you're going to answer if you're asked, these many questions. And if they asked you to check, and, in case you don't cooperate, also, there are consequences. So it's really very, very important to understand all these things and know, possibly avoid travel for now unless it's very, very unavoidable for some very important reason. So, but if not, it's better not to travel, I would say. And yeah, talking about, the rights that you have, remember not to just ask, even if they ask you to sign something, do not just sign it like that, but request, to speak to your lawyer or to your consulate. And then, remember that you can even be denied entry even with a valid visa. So that is something you might want to be prepared for. And it's not easy like that. Sam, there are so many people who have been like, what to say, surprised. Unexpected things are happening. Unexpectedly, they are being, charged with so many questions or asked to leave the country, deported immediately. So many things happening, and now everybody is just so ready for anything to happen, I think.
That's right. Of course, I think everybody is being very much aware about the news that's happening, and that too, about can CBP search your phone and deny entry. So I think this topic is only understandable that it's really tough, and of course, everybody is ready for security checks, and everybody is ready to have a proper. Nobody wants to. Go compromise anything with the national security or compromise with the security thing. But I think while security is, of course, very important, it also feels like there's a very thin line between keeping people safe and also invading their privacy. And right now, people are not feeling that their privacy is safe. They are feeling more towards the privacy is being invaded. And of course, it's understandable that why many travelers are upset and worried right now. And no one wants to feel like their privacy is being invaded, especially at a border crossing or at a US airport. And searching personal devices like phones and laptops seems extreme, especially if there's no strong reason for suspicion. If that person might have some criminal background or somebody has informed that this person is is a threat to the national security or has done something in past, then that person goes with the proper interrogation and their phones and laptops are being checked. So it's understandable. But the person who has no criminal record and whose background is completely clean, if that person also goes with that suspicion and with that interrogation, then I think it's a major concern, and it's of course a point of discussion, and that's why people are worried. And yeah, I think that's all I can say. Of course, security is very important, but still there has to be a balance, and people shouldn't feel like they're giving up all their rights just to travel. Because now even those who wants to travel, I think they already feel exhausted. They feel, what if somebody asks a question? What if somebody asks for their attorney's details or
Yeah.
anything? So yeah, I think it's really difficult, and people are right now very
No.
discouraged and
Yeah, Sam, like recently, I think it was with Attorney Isadora, and she had even suggested like deleting your social media profile for the travel. So I know it's extreme, but I mean, there are suggestions like that too. So you can imagine how much social media also plays a role. I mean, that is not for, tourists, but people who well, I would just say check it out and just know your rights properly, of course. And before you decide to travel, just know for sure that this travel would be unavoidable. Only then travel. Otherwise, it's better to avoid, really. So we also have more people joining in. I think, Sam, we should quickly read the comments.
sure.
I will do that for Abhishek. Abhishek is saying if you are a US citizen, you have the right to say no to a search, and they are not allowed to bar you from the country. That is what Hussein said. But if you refuse, avoiding means who are coming first time, they should also avoid or delay. Oh, sorry. That was Varun's comment. So I'll take up Abhishek's continuation. But if you refuse, CBP can still take your phone, laptop, or other devices and hold on to them. Permanent residents can similarly refuse a search, but with complicating factors. That's what everything has consequences, especially if you do not cooperate with CBP officers, right? They would become more suspicious, and that is what you really want to avoid. So I think don't create more suspicion. If they are asking for something, if you're probably not hiding anything, there's nothing to be worried about. So I think that's the rule that plays here.
That's right. I think now, there are two categories, the one those who are a US citizen and those who are not. But still,
Yes.
and those who have green card hold, I mean, the green card holders, they are still facing some, uh, I would say, scrutiny, and they are also not having a smoother process right now, because the news also that I read today shows that immigration attorneys, they themselves are saying that the green card holders, they are also facing some scrutiny, and of course their process is also not seen to be smooth and flexible as how it used to be. So, of course, we can see that US citizens have a right to say no, but still, it's not, we don't know whether it's there or not, but still, most of the news as we have gone through that they are the one also, of course, they have right, but still they come under that security process and the interrogation process.
Mhm.
So yeah, Abhishek, I think that's the right thing that you put up. And let me quickly take Varun's comment.
Sure.
Avoiding means who are coming first time, they should also avoid or delay. Okay, but I think is this a continuation of something, or he just said it randomly?
Avoiding means who are. What did he previously say?
Time should also avoid or
Which
delay.
one is from Vadodara, India? Hi. Hi
Okay,
to Varun from Vadodara, India. But
yeah, yeah,
like,
it's a random one. All right,
yeah,
Varun, could let
continuation.
us know more about, of course, we know avoiding means who are coming first and they should also avoid or delay. But what else you would like to add on, to make it more clear so that we can have a good conversation? And okay, and Varun is also saying, can we chat instead call on giving? Oh, of course, that's okay. That's your call. That's your thing. Okay, so I think we have covered all our viewers' comments, and we have also shared so much about today's topic. And I think that's all, Napasa, right? We have covered so many things, and I think it's almost time to wrap up. What's it?
Yes, actually, I think Varun is saying that, okay, it's Nipasa, by the way, I told to avoid travel. Yes, I mean, it's if it's really not very necessary, and if it is a B1 or a B2, I think it's always best to have a return ticket. You know what CBP officers are looking for is that you're not going to overstay your visa, and that you're not really looking for a job, that you won't come back to stay in the US. So if you are a visitor, a tourist, it's easier if you just come and visit and go. And if you are H1B from Vadodara, India, I think they would also want to make sure that, I mean, is that what your status is? Like, or are you enrolling for H1B this time, or you already have a job waiting for you? But yeah, I think all they want to know is that whatever term you're allowed to stay in the visa, you're going to stay only for that much period, and you're not going to overstay. And they just want to make sure that you're not searching for a job, or looking for, I think that's what visa, H1B visa case of mine. Okay, so I think, Varun, we can take up your question in the upcoming episodes with the attorneys. They'll best give you answers. So, if possible, do join us. Actually, you should join us to ask your questions. And immediately, if you have follow up questions, also you could just ask your questions and you would get your answers. So, yes, we do have some very interesting webinars with amazing attorneys lined up for us. And yes, I would say with attorney Chandpar Vitaneni on 27th March, 12 noon Eastern Time. And then also with attorney Uma Mantravadi at 12 noon Eastern Time on Thursday. And also with none other than John Waston from Waston Immigration Litigation at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And also attorney Prashanthi Reddy at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, 28th March. So look out for these lined up webinars that are coming up, and Varun, join us so that you will get your answers. So thank you. Thank you so much, Varun, for joining us, really. And I think this is it for today, right, Sam? Anything more you want to add before we say goodbye to our viewers out there?
I think, yeah, obviously told so many things, and of course, it's good to know your rights. But it's of course very frustrating as well when those rights feel limited, and especially for
Yeah,
non-citizens
yeah,
who can be sent back over something as simple as refusing to unlock a phone. And that can happen, but of course, it sounds so, I would say, a small thing that, of course, you refuse to unlock your phone. But, friends, you have right now, you have no other choice until and unless you're not cooperating with the immigration officers. I think it will be your loss only. So make sure that
mm,
you cooperate with them and know your rights also. And if you're traveling to the US, whether as a tourist, student, or an immigrant, I think it's always a smart choice to stay informed about your rights also. Be cooperative at airport and have a plan in case things if don't go smoothly.
yeah.
Of course, balancing privacy and security is really tough, but being prepared can really help make the process less stressful. So that's all I can say, and rest our viewers are smart enough to know what's right and what's wrong. And that's all. And also, don't forget, friends, to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show as we come up with this daily immigration dose every day at 4 p.m. EST for you, friends, only to make you guys aware about the latest topics, about your rights, and to make you inform more and more. And that's all from my end. And Napasa, please go ahead and just wrap this session up.
I mean, absolutely. You've said it all. So I think it's always best to stay prepared and be ready for more questions. I would say mentally prepare yourself and also prepare what are you going to answer if they ask you this or that, And I think it's also important to stay calm at the same time so that you will be able to give the correct answers and try not to ever cause more suspicion, make things more clear, try to cooperate as much, and take care, stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. It was a great discussion, and I'm so glad to have so many of you all join us. Varun, especially, do join us again. Abhishek, and also Kay, always good to have you. Dipti, so thank you so much, each one of you. Sachin, for joining us, today in this session. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. And our handle is at Immigration Talk Show in YouTube. Also check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and Instagram. And friends, if you do have more questions, you can also WhatsApp me or email me. My number is 408-335-6444. And you can also email us, me at nipa@staffingly.com and sam at staffingly.com. So, yes, check us out. And once again, thank you, each one of you, for joining us. See you tomorrow and stay tuned on Immigration Talk Show because there's a lot more coming. So, bye for now.